I don't know if we can make regular tacos anymore. So today we're gonna make Mexican influenced dinner, and this is 100% authentic. It's the most authentic recipe in Mexico. Carla, she is the #1 expert when it comes to Mexican food. So I don't care what you say in the comments. This is more authentic than any recipe out there, both Mexico and in America. No, I'm just kidding. The reason we're doing this is because she wanted to try my steaks, which are right here. So I've got these Wagyu steaks, American Wagyu. And I thought, why not make this a full dinner? And so I've got some carne asada that's been marinating. This is interesting because they asked me if I wanted it to be seasoned. I said yes, and then they pour something into this bag with the actual carne asada meat. So that was interesting. It's gonna get spicy here. We're making, what do you call this?
Salsa verde.
Salsa verde. So these are tomatillos. This is the first time I'm using tomatillos, by the way. I've never used tomatillos before. I've eaten salsa verde a lot, but normally when I make a salsa, it's either pico de gallo or like a tomato-based salsa. Not a tomatillo. So, okay, we got the tomatillos, we got the jalapenos, and we got serranos here. Some fresh cilantro, and then some of the last of the garlic from Costco. And then...
The famous.
What's that? Oh, yeah, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then we've got onions.
Yeah.
Are you going to put this in here too?
Yes.
Oh, really? I've never boiled onions before like
Really?
that. Oh, I guess in a soup. And then afterwards you use the onions that you boil? I was going to make beans, but we have less people, so I'm probably going to bag the beans. Yesterday, I made this. What would you call this? Barbacoa. Okay, this is like a very American authentic barbacoa recipe right here. All I did was I took chuck steak, seared it on both sides. I put some carrots, some onions into the pan. Then I put all the beef stock inside of there, as well as salt and pepper, and then the chuck steak, and then I cooked it in the oven for 7 hours last night, and then that's what it looks like now. And this is just fat that's kind of collected. I'm gonna heat this up actually right now, and then we're gonna eat this with all the tortillas over there. High heat. This is my first time not just using tomatillos, but making salsa verde this way. Is it better to use the immersion blender or an actual blender?
I use the actual blender.
Okay, then we'll get that too. We have a blend tick over here. All right. This is our blender that we've had for now going on 15 years. So the reason I was joking around about the authentic recipes is because I believe cooking is about trying different things. Obviously, there's certain recipes that you love and adore and you don't want to change it. But I think everywhere in the world, recipes are made to be changed and adjusted to your taste or whatever. But with Mexican food, uniquely, I don't know what it is, but Americans almost are obsessed with having authentic Mexican food. They are. Even though a lot of what we have is Tex-Mex, yeah. When we find a place that's authentic, we're like, oh, this is the best stuff.
It's because Mexican is just so good.
Yeah, it is good, okay? That's why we love Mexican food. We have like so many Mexican restaurants, in addition to the fact that we have lots of Mexican people. So in the beginning when I would do these recipes, you know, like on my channel, specifically guacamole, and then my pico de gallo, yeah. For whatever reason, I was like, these are authentic recipes. I got so much crap, and we're talking years ago. I'm embarrassed of those videos because now what I make, I wouldn't say necessarily it's authentic. It's definitely more authentic, or it's more like what you would actually see in Mexico. But you see my perfect 10 guacamole
with
video.
the sriracha on it?
Oh my god, don't even get me started. Okay. But like, it's just a mix of pico de gallo, yeah. And guacamole, yeah. And I called it the perfect 10 guac. Yeah. People at my parties love them, mm-hmm. But as I got more educated and, you know, I've gone to Mexico, well, of course we cooked in the past together. I know what a more simple guacamole really is. Anyways, the reason I bring it up is because it's just funny how many people want to correct me, and then when I do the corrected recipe, and then there's other people to correct that. Yeah. So it's specifically with Mexican recipes on this channel, but I find this is the case with all cultures, all cuisines from all countries, and it's never ending. Everyone's opinion on how you should cook something, yeah, right? Absolutely. Wouldn't you say? Do you even have that too?
Yeah, I mean, I get corrected about how I make my food, but the thing is that depending on the region of the country, it will be different.
Yeah.
Guacamole, for example, there are parts where it's just mashed avocados with lime.
Yeah.
And there are other parts when you do it like you said, with like pico de gallo with avocados on it, and that's their legit version of guacamole. So, I mean, everything is authentic if that's the way you do it and you enjoy it.
Exactly. It just, it's almost comical, and it's also very educational when I read all the comments, and I don't mind them, but it's just funny how sometimes people get angry on my behalf about the comments. I'm like, I don't care. Okay, I've been doing this so long, I've heard it all. Anyways, that's why we're making authentic Mexican food today, all right?
Super authentic. Only recipe in the world.
Okay, so these are the tortillas I got at the Mexican grocery store. They look pretty good to me, but I was curious, how would you prepare this if you're gonna do carne asada? Would you grill this?
Yeah, just a couple of seconds and turn them. So
No butter, no oil, nothing, just straight, just to warm it up? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna warm these up.
Oh, I can make vampiros with this.
What is it? With what?
With this, with the corn tortillas.
Okay.
With cheese on it.
Uh-huh.
Oh. You let it like
the
toast.
Oaxaca cheese?
The Oaxaca cheese.
Okay, yeah.
You let it toast on the grill, and then you add carne asada on top. That's a vampiro or volcan, because some regions call it vampiro, and some regions call it...
We're only doing authentic recipes, so be careful.
I'm gonna toss a coin and decide which one of those.
Okay, there you go. Okay, that's a good way. Did you know quesadillas in Mexico have cheese in them?
Really?
Okay.
Is that right?
It's like pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
But did you know in Mexico City, if you order quesadilla, you might not get cheese in it.
Really?
They don't assume that you want cheese.
Really?
You have to ask for the cheese.
So what goes in it then?
Something else, mushrooms, some kind of meat.
So any type of stuffing then?
Yeah.
Huh.
And how dare you didn't know that? How dare you?
I'm sorry.
My point about authentic recipes, depending on where you live and what you grew up with, what you think is authentic is completely different in the same country where that cuisine is known. But quesadilla, like who would have ever thought, right?
I've actually got a good story about that.
Okay.
My family is from Korea, right?
Yeah.
And my grandma comes from a line of cooks that cooked for like one of the last emperors of Korea, right?
Oh,
so talk
cool.
about authenticity.
Yeah.
And so they moved to America, right? And they live in New York for a few years. And my grandpa is going through his residency for his for being a doctor. And then they eventually moved to Alaska.
Yeah.
Of course, during this period where they're living there, there's no Asian grocery stores. They don't have access to the same ingredients. And so what does my grandma do? Like one of our staples is making gimbap, right? And so instead of getting like pickled radishes, she uses pickles. Yeah, so my family still makes it that way, where we're using a lot of the American ingredients that you might not find at these Asian grocery stores and making gimbap in the way that my grandma did, right? And one of the things that's been interesting is that as Asian food has become more popular here in America, more people have talked about what authentic Asian food looks like, including gimbap, especially as Korean culture has had a phase the last few years, right? And so I was talking with some friends, and they were like, I think they had an opportunity to try my family's gimbap. I forget the exact scenario, but they were wondering, like, oh, why doesn't it have this? Why doesn't it have this? Because they've had it from other authentic Korean places. Right. And I had this big conversation with them about what authenticity looks like, right? And to me, my gimbap feels more authentic to me and my family's story than going to a restaurant with that type of
or even
gimbap.
going to Korea, right? Because that's what you grew up with.
Yeah, and
because you did have an authentic Korean grandma.
I did, yes.
I think food is like art, right?
I agree.
So it's subjective, and you have your own style.
Exactly.
You can actually say it's more like the original recipe, maybe, right?
Sure,
but even then, the question is, well, did somebody change that recipe?
Well, in what period of time? Is it during a war? Is it during?
Then if you get into history, then it's like game over. All your guys' comments don't matter. Ironic thing about the whole conversation, especially if the comment about it being authentic comes from somebody in America, we are just a melting pot.
Exactly.
No pun intended. Of literally different flavors, different ingredients, different cuisines, all kind of like blending together. And as you mentioned, using our ingredients. To me, I think the thing that's the most interesting is if you're trying to replicate the recipe from that country or like wherever it originated, it's impossible because of the ingredients 100%. And the seasonality. 100%. It's actually cooler, in my opinion, to try to create a new dish with those local ingredients like your grandmother did. Agreed. And still make it delicious. Yes. Even if it did taste different or the same, but you were able to do it. And that's the magic of cooking, right? It's it's the cook and it's their knowledge about flavors or whatever. But I still get shit for making my authentic recipes. So how long do you cook this for?
10-15 minutes.
Okay. Smells great already. And so you keep the skin of the tomatillas in there? Okay, cool.
See how the skin is starting to break apart?
Yeah.
That's when you know it's about like 5 minutes.
Oh.
3 to 5 minutes.
The skin of the tomatillas are both... Okay, got it. Because these peppers are really staying together still. Mm-hmm. You know how Chris knows I am hungry? I do this sound. I go, No, I don't have the microphone on right now, right? So it's not going to bother him. But it's funny because sometimes I'll watch my footage or watch it. I'm like, oh, I feel bad for Chris because Lee, he has to hear me go, I'm trying to pursue traditional recipes, but when I cook, what's funny is authentic to me. You get what I'm saying, right? Like that's authentic to me, no matter what influenced that authenticity. But traditional, it's more defined, I guess you could say, right? Because would you say traditional recipes, generally speaking, in Mexican cuisine are going to be more agreed on versus authentic? Is it, what's the word for authentic and traditional in Spanish? Okay, got it. Yeah. So would there be less arguments about traditional versus authentic?
You know what? I don't think so because it's again, we're going back to geography with that.
Right.
It varies so much from region to region.
So
if I talk, I don't know, about particularly a dish from Guadalajara, for example. The traditional way of doing something would have to be agreed.
So you almost have to kind of also define the area too when you're saying traditional. So, okay, because you're the expert on Mexican food, where is this traditional recipe from?
Honestly, salsa verde is all over the place.
Yeah, so this would be traditional, would you say?
I would think so.
Don't worry, you're not going to get in trouble or anything like that.
No, I would think so because this is the only way I know how to do it. I don't know about any other way of making it.
That's another thing too about traditional. That can also get messy if you say something is traditional, but then like you are from an area where you did it differently. So, okay, back to the salsa verde. You don't want any of the peppers? Oh, it's breaking apart. Is that okay? And why not the peppers?
Because I don't want you to die.
Okay, yeah.
That being too spicy.
Okay, yeah.
So
I mean, we're okay with it.
Add them little by little.
Oh, got it. That's smart, so that you can control the spice level.
Exactly.
One jalapeno, one serrano. Is it spicy already?
I think we could handle one more, right?
Oh yeah, I should try. That's already delicious, so I'll tell you what. Tomatillos, see, I've never used tomatillos, and I know I've had salsa verde before. It's so good.
How was the spice for you?
I think we should just go for it. You only live once, and we're gonna enchilada mouth ourselves, right, today? Okay, how do you really say it?
It's something you are.
Enchilada?
Enchilado. Yeah.
Enchilado?
Yeah.
Enchilado.
Yeah, because you're a man, so you're enchilado.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm a lady, so I'm enchilada.
Ah, so enchilado is a term you use when you react to something spicy and your body is just... I don't even know what the word is, but your body's hot and sweaty, your mouth is on fire, you're maybe tearing up, snot coming out. I don't know. Does it ever get to that point? Yeah. How long will this keep for, Carla?
I will keep that even for a week.
For a week?
I mean, when I make it, it won't last that long because I will finish it.
I know.
But yeah,
Is this about how much you would make if you're just gonna make it for the week? About this much? Got it. Okay, so this salsa verde, success. Let's see how Judy likes it. Hi! I have to chew fully, then I can talk based off of the comment. Just making sure. Okay, there you go. Honey, you have to try this salsa verde.
Ooh! My favorite!
What? Salsa verde?
Salsa verde?
Oh yeah. Try it.
Wow! Yay! Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa! Wow!
Spicy? Is it too spicy? I think it's good.
Woo! Wow. That's delicious.
Okay, Carla, so what are we making with this?
Salsa roja. In the
Roja?
Yeah,
Salsa roja. And you want me to grill these, right?
Yes.
You're gonna probably have to come and supervise me on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the grill and then get these grilled up. What?
Do people use
No. I mean, this is done. You guys, honey, you guys can actually make something with this right now if you want. Go ahead and just grill up a few of these so we can get eating because the barbacoa is already done. Oh my gosh. Well, why don't you show us how to make one, I guess. Like, how would you do it? So, yeah. Are those grilled enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would just...
And then would you put just the salsa verde on it, or would you? What else would you top it with?
These ones are, for example, the ones that would add like the chopped onions with cilantro.
Should I chop onions too? Is it good? Okay, I can't wait for Judy to try.
No.
There you go. And put the salt right on that, honey.
Well, the meat looks beautiful.
It looks incredible.
Oh my gosh.
7 hours in the oven.
Really?
7
Yeah.
hours. Okay, and then
Oh,
just...
I didn't tell you this, but it's also Wagyu.
Oh my God.
Did you put cheese too?
I didn't.
Or am I not?
No, put that in a tortilla in the grill so it melts.
Oh, melt it. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
save it for that. Okay. Okay, that's next one.
Delicious.
That meat. Kudos to you.
It is incredible.
It's good. Did you add salt? Did you add salt?
I added a little bit of salt.
Yeah, the juices from the meat and the flavor.
100%.
The night, you're right. A touch of salt. Now with the cheese next.
Ooh, yeah, make a quesadilla, but like the rest of Mexico style, not Mexico City style, where they take the. We need the cheese in our quesadilla. So respect to the Mexico City residents. No, we're making it like the rest of Mexico. Okay.
Oh my god.
Is this gonna fall through? No.
Oh no, it's perfect.
Okay.
That's cool. Where did you put? Where can I put this one?
Just put it right here.
The tortilla is not hot.
Yeah.
And you fold it, the tortilla is definitely gonna break.
Oh, gonna break.
So we heat
Okay.
it up a little bit and then I fold it.
I see.
So it doesn't break. I fold it on top of
Right here?
Cheese. Yes.
Just like that,
Perfect.
and just smash it down like
Just
that.
smash it.
But it won't stay. Oh, it will because of the cheese.
Yes.
Ah. There we
That's our actually quesadilla.
So this is an
This is
authentic traditional quesadilla outside of Mexico City.
Yes, exactly. Just corn tortilla cheese.
Woo, Judy! Go. Oh wait, but then can you put the barbacoa on this?
Yes. Then
Oh.
you open it and you
Oh, got it. Okay.
and we're gonna have one each.
Yep. You guys can eat. I'm gonna eat later, okay? Because I want to just vlog. Okay.
Okay, wow.
And then put a little salt on it, just a tiny bit.
Totally.
That one.
Yes, my baby.
I like that. These makes it so much better too.
Mm-hmm. And then the salsa, probably.
Hey. Your water's right here, baby.
Mommy,
For your water.
Mommy, I want Daddy meal.
It's probably a completely different flavor profile, right? Especially because it's grilled.
Oh, that is really good.
Is this it like that?
That's perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Carla says this is the way you want to eat these. You have open-faced tortillas. You put the Oaxaca cheese on there, and she said you want to get some grill marks, so it got to be kind of crispy, right?
Yeah, those are called, depending on the region, vampiros or volcanes.
Well, let's show it. Carla, go ahead.
Yeah.
Help yourself. I actually need you to tell me if this is authentic. Or if it's close to traditional. How's it with the carne asada, honey? See the the sounds?
This is the best taco I've had in my life.
Really? That was loud. Sorry.
Really?
Reaching here.
Really. Holy. And then I haven't even tried it with the red salsa.
That's perfect.
Oh man.
Woohoo! Honey, you marinated it so perfect.
I didn't. The store did it. It's
Everybody's dancing on frame.
I don't know if we can make regular tacos anymore. I don't think I can go back to a taco truck.
Don't go back to the taco.
I love that it's crispy. Oh my gosh, that makes a big difference. I love that.